that God said, this is what I want you to believe for this next decade. And as we came into 2010, you probably know it. It's Ephesians 3:20. And I want to declare it over you. Let me tell you what it is first. It says, God is able to do exceedingly abundantly above and beyond all you can ask, think, or imagine. You know, as I said earlier, the only scriptures that do us any good are the scriptures that we allow to take root. So I want to encourage you, what I encouraged our congregation back at home. Every morning when you get up, you ought to say, Father, I want to thank you that this is going to be an Ephesians 3:20 decade. That you're going to do exceedingly abundantly above and beyond. That's God's dream for every one of us. God wants to take you places that you've never even thought possible. I mean, that's really the story, the story of my life. I never dreamed I would be doing this. For 17 years, I worked behind the scenes with my parents at the church there in Houston. And my dad tried to get me up here to minister many different times, but I never had the desire. I used to say, Daddy, you preach and I'll make you look good, but I'm not a preacher. I mean, I was doing the television production behind the scenes, but when my father died, I discovered there was something on the inside, that this gift to get up here and talk was in me, but I didn't know it was there. And so I'm encouraging you tonight that God wants to take you further. But you know what limits God? Our own thinking. And we go around thinking, well, Joel, you don't know my situation. You don't know I don't have the education. I come from the wrong family, or I've made too many mistakes. But I'm asking you tonight to get rid of those strongholds and say, God, I believe that I can become everything that you created me to be. Some of you, you've got a medical report that says, no, you're not going to get well. You're going to have to live with that sickness the rest of your life. Maybe it's a financial situation that says, you know what? You're never going to get out of debt. You're never going to get ahead. Maybe it's in a relationship. You know where the battle's taking place? In our own thinking. Those thoughts come on and on and say it's never going to work out. You're never going to rise any higher. You're never going to stay married. You're never going to get out of debt. But let me tell you, that is not God talking to you. God says, my plans for you are to prosper you, to cause you to succeed. God wants to take you new places. The question is, can you make room for the new thing God wants to do? The battle's taking place right here. So tonight, I just want us all to just close our eyes for just a minute, and I want you to see yourself rising higher. Maybe there's something that's trying to hold you down, a sickness. You've got to see yourself healthy and whole. You've got to see yourself coming out of debt. Some of you have a desire to get married. You need to see yourself married. Quit believing that lie that you'll never meet the right person. No, God's already got somebody picked out for you. So you get a vision for it. Here's what I've learned. You'll never rise any higher than the way you see yourself. So tonight I'm asking you to, through your eyes of faith, see yourself becoming all that God's created you to be. That's what my mother had to do. I'm going to ask her to tell the story in just a moment. Not yet, Mama. Give me just a second. Don't rush me. I'm just getting started now. My mother was diagnosed with terminal cancer in 1981. I'd never seen my mother sick a day of her life. My brother Paul called me. I was at college. He said, Joel, Mother's sick. I said, Paul, what do you mean she's sick? She's, got the flu? She's got something like that? He said, no, Mother's really sick. I flew home. My mom weighed 89 pounds. She looked as yellow as could be. Come to find out, she had metastatic cancer of the liver. Was given just a few weeks to live. And boy, our family, we were devastated. But one thing I loved that my mother did, when she came home from the hospital, no treatment they could give her, my mother put pictures of herself up all over our house from a time when she was healthy. She put her wedding pictures up on the refrigerator. There was a picture of her riding a horse with a big pink cowboy hat. She put that up in her bathroom mirror. I came home and I saw all those pictures and I thought, what's going on here? It's funny to see all these pictures, but you know what my mother was doing? She was creating a new image on the inside. Because when she looked in the mirror, she saw death staring back at her. But when she looked at those pictures, she saw herself healthy and whole and strong. And that was many years ago. When I took over from my parents, we'll get back to my mother in a minute. I'm jumping around, y'all. When I don't have my notes, there's no telling where I'm going to go. But here we go. When I took over from my parents, I didn't think I could get up here and minister like I said. But when my father died and I stepped up to minister, I was so